It's time now for Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Catch up with everything that's going on at Anderson Speedway with Rick Dawson and Gary Mong.
Good evening. Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong. We're at the Mounds Mall Special Event Studio.
You missed your cue.
Yeah, I never got a cue. That's why I didn't say anything. We're here for the next half hour to talk about racing, which we did have some this week. We were one of the few places, but we had racing.
Doubleheader.
We left the track. Of course, we canceled practice Friday because it rained on and off all day. We left the track about 8 o'clock, and everything wasn't too bad, and came in the next morning, and half of our pits was gone underwater.
The monsoon came.
I mean,
Friday night
came. That's more water than I've seen back there in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It has subsided quite a bit, and should be pretty much. There's still some out there, but it should be gone by the weekend, and we have a big one coming up.
We do,
it's
don't we?
One of the
one of our
biggest
favorites
ones of the year at the Speedway, the Interstate Auto Auction Figure 8 Madness, with the WOFS Outlaw Figure 8s and the Hearts Auto Figure 8s. We also have added the Markin Welding Pro Compacts for Saturday night. Trailer races in the Figure 8, and then we'll cap off the night with a huge fireworks
And
show.
they're always great. They're always spectacular.
Should be. I've ordered some good ones, so we'll
Good.
see what happens. It's always a big night. You're going to want to get out there early. We do start an hour earlier Saturday night. The gates open at 4. We'll start racing at 7. The lines sometimes get a little long, so get there early and get you a seat and come out and have supper with us and have
Enjoy
a
the
good
evening.
time Saturday evening. Looks like the weather's going to be okay.
Yep.
Now we're in the summer mode, it looks like, and there's always a chance of a pop-up, but when they do this now, it's not anything long-lasting unless there's a big front coming through, and there's none of those.
But you can't beat the temperatures. Upper 70s. I mean, that's really comfortable for 4th of July.
Is
So,
it?
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it could be 90, Rick.
It can. This is my first one, so I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
We did have some racing Saturday, though.
Did.
We had a very tight pit area. We actually
did.
had to use the cove up by the office for the front-wheel drives, but we got everybody in, and it was one of our big races of the year, the pull-apart CRA Street Stock 200.
Great turnout of street stocks for
And
that.
we did. We usually have more for this, but I know the weather kept a lot of our out-of-town cars, probably 10 cars shy of what we had expected. But, again, the weather kept them away. But Colby Lane from Knightstown set fast time. And then we had a 200-lap feature that was a really, really good race.
Yes,
I haven't
it was.
talked to anybody that didn't think so.
I know the start of that race was spectacular. I mean, they were 2x2 all the way, all back through all the rows there. A beautiful start and a lot of good racing. I mean, we really didn't have any major accidents in that race.
We actually never rolled a wrecker onto the track during the race. I know Jimmy Kirby hit the wall up in turn 1 and was able to take it around and brought it in the infield, but we didn't roll a wrecker
That's right.
for a caution. I think we only had like 3 or 4 cautions for minor
And
incidents.
some great racing there up front. Really good
We
racing.
did. A little bit I didn't care for at the front of the pack. 28 car Jason Thompson was pinching cars off, and the 00 car of I believe it was Brett Hudson was running the outside really, really well and coming through, and he pinched him off 2 or 3 times. He did to somebody else. I believe CRA did warn him, and then I don't know, something happened to his car, and he did end up finishing 10th, Jason.
Lap down, yes.
And then Jason Atkinson took the point right before the break, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
and led the last 100 laps after the break. He had a couple of restarts that were really iffy also, but CRA elected not to do anything about those. And not that they would have changed the outcome, but the cars need to be side by side, and these jackrabbit starts, coasting into turn 3 and then just
Taking off.
hitting it.
Yeah.
That's not how they were told in the drivers' meeting, and it gives the guy on the outside no chance at all. But Josh Poore and Ryan Eminette both had fast cars that were capable of winning the race, and they raced.
Actually, Josh led for a little bit.
They raced hard.
Yes.
behind Jason Atkinson, Jimmy Kirby, and then Tyler Marsh was kind of like the sleeper. You didn't hear much about him, and then all of a sudden there he is in
top 5,
5th place, and well deserving of a good finish because they've had some bad luck throughout the year. And Brett Hudson, who is a veteran street stock racer, a very good street stock racer from Owensburg, Kentucky, he finished 6th, and Marcus Elliott finished 7th. But Jason Atkinson, who is no stranger to victory lane, and Danny Acree's machine won the race. Josh Poor was able to beat out Ryan Emanette for 2nd. And then James Kirby was 4th, and Tyler Marsh was 5th.
Right.
In the pull-apart street stock 200.
And thanks to the several guys coming up from Kentucky, we had quite a few guys from Kentucky came up and joined us.
The weather didn't scare them.
It didn't. You're right.
We also had the Markham Welding Pro Compacts. We had 17 of those.
A good field, yes.
Jared Keller in the 22 car set fast time. Trent Gosser is in a front-wheel drive or a Pro Compact this year. He won the first heat race. Marshall Clark, Anderson veteran, won the second heat race. And then from Newcastle, Indiana, Ryan Claiborne was able to beat out Nick Warner in the feature.
I believe that was his first win for the season.
I didn't get to see any of this race. I was actually in the pits for that one for some reason. I don't remember why.
I don't remember either, but anyway.
That means tell us about the race.
Ryan drove a good race. I believe, Rick, if I'm not mistaken, he was up front or started at the front there and at the point there and led it from start to finish. So. But his closest competition, Nick Warner, Nick really didn't have anything for Ryan Saturday night.
67 car Terry Neal from Newcastle finished 3rd. Matt Tharp finished 4th, and Trent Gosser finished in 5th. And I believe that put Matt Tharp, Jessica hasn't got posted yet, I just got them done this afternoon, but I believe that puts Matt Tharp in the lead for the points as our points leader, Adam Lead, decided not to show up Saturday night.
Don't know where he was at, so.
Shame on him.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good lead, too, so I think he's still in 4th place, but the points tightened up pretty tight around the Markham Welding Pro Compacts. We also had Legends there, 14 of those strong.
Good field. Another good feature.
Cody Anderson, 11 car, set fast time, but had some problems in the heat race. We had John Robbins.
I thought you were
when
going
I didn't see the races, that means that you're supposed to talk about
I didn't know
them.
you didn't see the Legends because I thought you were going to keep right on talking, so that's why I wasn't saying anything.
Heat race number 1, John Robbins, champion of the Legends division. I'm assuming he pretty much dominated that.
No, because he has to start from the towards the back here since he's one of the faster cars, so he worked his way up through the pack for that one.
Eric Black won the second heat race, another Anderson veteran. And in the feature, John Robbins won it. Adam Sturgill second, Gerald Miller third, Mike Carroll fourth, and Eric Black fifth. How was that race?
That was a good race.
Checker, didn't it?
No, we had 2 or 3 for some reason. The Legends, 2 or 3 of them hit the wall. I don't know what the deal was with the Legends. There's something. It always seems to be the right front on a couple of them. Don't know what the deal was. John Robbins was talking with Kenny and I on Sunday about that. A couple of cars had issues with the right fronts, but 1 and 2 seemed to didn't favor the Legends on Saturday night.
Well, given the weather, we had a good car count. We also had a good crowd on Saturday night. So I thank all the fans for coming out on Saturday night to support us at Anderson Speedway.
Yes.
We had a doubleheader weekend, and a lot of our folks decided not to come back. We didn't have a very big crowd.
It was nice, but it was nice weather.
It was a beautiful day,
yes.
and I get it. I mean, it's the first nice day we'd had in over a week, and a lot of yards needed mowed, a lot of stuff needed to be done around the house, a lot of stuff needed to be done outdoors. So 2 nights of racing was a little too much for most folks, but we did have some great racing on Sunday.
First appearance of this series.
The King of the Wings Wing Sprint Car Series came to the track. They brought 16 cars. They also had issues with weather. They did race at Toledo on Friday night. Barely got that in before the weather hit, and then a big mess at Winchester for them on them and the modifieds on Saturday. They didn't get a race, didn't even get a unload after being over there all day long. But they did show up at Anderson, and a lot of A lot of our good regular
Yes.
friends with the sprint cars were here, and we also had some new ones. Most particularly, a young lady by the name of Sierra Jackson out of Idaho showed up and went around that racetrack in 10.221 seconds. That's just 1/10 off of the track record.
And I believe, Rick, isn't that the first time a wing sprint car fast qualifier was female in a wing sprint car?
You would have to ask a historian.
Yeah, I'm
about
thinking that might be the first time. And that's her first time ever at the track here, so to come out there and set fast time is pretty amazing.
She beat Brian Gerster by 4/1000ths of a second. That's
Who's
how
a veteran, yes.
But I'm telling you, going that fast, you can't even know what 4/1000ths of a second is, because that's pretty daggone fast.
It is.
Brother. You put it in perspective, Aaron Pierce was fourth fast qualifier at 10.4.
And I think what was the top 12 out of the 16 were all in the 10-second, something
correct.
like that. 12 out of 16. Yeah.
Yes, that's
That's
pretty good.
amazing. Yes.
Then we had 2 heat races, and I know these are track record for heat races. I think one was a minute 36 or 38, and the other was a minute
41.
41. That's to go 8 laps in a sprint car. In a
That's
minute
unbelievable.
30. That's a minute and a half. Think
Yeah.
about it. Robert Stout in the 23 car won the first heat. A gentleman by the name of Kevin Blue in the 6 car won the second heat, and then we had the Thunder. Or no, let's continue to talk about this. I don't need to go the order of the evening, but we had the Royal Purple 50 presented by Telmate and Kingdom Racing. This is a series, the King of the Wing series, a series put together by veteran IndyCar racer Davey Hamilton, who we talked to last week. And it's still in its infancy, but I think they got some great ideas and some great things going. And if we can unify these wing sprint cars, all these series together, it will be well worth it.
Yeah, it will be.
But we were on track to have a less than 10-minute, 50-lap feature, and I think on lap 47, we had a car spin or something and brought out the caution. We still had a 13-minute feature.
Yes.
But it was getting ready to be. I actually had my stopwatch.
Oh, did you?
On my phone, going to see just exactly. Of course, Sandy has the actual time with the transponders, but we were getting ready. It was 9. They went 47 laps in 9 minutes and 13 seconds.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Again, I didn't get to see this one because I was running pits in case we had issues back there. Kenny Wright was actually in the flag stand.
Yeah, I was doing race control.
You were up in the tower with their race director, but Aaron Pierce showed them how it was done, and he showed them how. I seen some pictures today that Shelley Marshall took from the pace car, showing what he did down in turns 1 and 2, which was just
unbelievable.
It's Aaron Pierce.
Yes. At his
racing,
best, I guess.
and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But this time it did. And how many cars did he go under? Like 2 cars or maybe 3?
Yeah, it was 3 abreast going in turn 1.
And he was on the bottom. On the apron.
Yes. And usually when you go on the apron and come back up on the banking, it usually throws you. But I don't know how he did it, Rick, but he held that car to the bottom and away he went.
I don't know
Amazing
who was
move.
leading at the time, whether it was Jason Blond or Brian Gerster.
I believe it was Jason Blond in the 42.
But I understand some lap cars came into play. Aaron's seen it and used it.
Yes, he did.
Used it to his advantage, and I don't know what lap that was and what happened after that, but did anybody have anything for Aaron after he went by?
No, but the second, third, and fourth, the battle was really great there between
Jason Blond,
Brian Gerster, and the Sierra Jackson. Is that her last name? Sierra.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was in those top 4 cars battling there until she's the one that had the issue on the backstretch, coming off the backstretch. She kind of lost it on lap 47. She never spun, but she took it down through the infield there and then brought it back up on the bottom of the apron on turn 3 there. That's what brought the caution. But she was in the mix there with Brian Gerster and Jason Blond.
Well, Aaron Pierce, Jason Blond, Brian Gerster, and hats off to the 4th place finisher, Tyler Rohrig.
Yes.
In the 64 car with Speed Chaser Racing. And Davey Hamilton Jr. finished in 5th. In case you were wondering, Davey Hamilton Sr. finished in 12th place, 8 laps down.
He did get out there and run.
But he did get out there and run.
Yes.
Brand new car.
Yes.
He didn't want to put Junior in it because it wasn't tested. It still has some bugs, obviously, but it was good to have Davey racing Sunday. We're going to step aside and take a quick break. We got some other racing to talk about. We have a big event coming up this weekend with our big 4th of July show, and some up-to-minute news on the Stoops Freightliner Redbud 300. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. We'll be right back.
When I was a boy, we had family pitch-in dinners on Sunday, so I knew on Saturdays Mom would be in the kitchen baking pies, and especially sugar cream pies. I will never forget pulling a chair up to the table. I always turned the chair around back so I could perch on my knees while watching Mom take her fingers and flute the pie crust. You know, that little squiggly thing all the way around. And of course, after the pies were baked, we would beg and plead with Mom, only to have her put her foot down and say, nope, we were not going to get any pie until everybody came by tomorrow. But on Sunday at the family gathering, that first bite of pie was always worth the wait. Mom's a little older now, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy freshly made sugar cream pies together. Now, instead of Mom making them, I pick up a Wix sugar cream pie. They use simple, fresh ingredients because of Wix rigid freshness standards. The wholesomeness and taste of their pies is better than Mom's. But don't tell her I said that. Now you can pick up a Wix sugar cream pie at most of your local grocery stores. Just look for them in the frozen dessert aisle. I'm Brownie, and I can honestly say about Wix pies, you don't just eat them, you enjoy them.
Heart attack? Stroke? Serious injury. A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone, at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings, or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
MoFab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
Tired of feeling like chum in a Shark Tank? At Auto Farms McLaughlin Ford in Middletown, you'll feel like more than a number on their bottom line. Sure, we're in sales, but we're not salesmen. No high-pressure tactics, no haggling over prices. You're in charge. You're in the driver's seat. Bottom line, if we can't beat the price by at least $250, we'll give you $25 for giving us a chance. So pull out your phone, bring us a quote, whatever you have to do, we'll beat it. If you're at Auto Farms McLaughlin Ford in Middletown, you're at the right place.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
CCR. We come back on. That would be Have You Ever Seen the Rain? We are back. Okay. Well, have you ever seen the rain? Ta-da. We're back with Anderson
We've
Speedway's,
seen plenty of it.
Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. How appropriate.
Yes.
Wade, you play a rain song.
He's so crafty.
We have little Stevie Wonder, Sunshine of My Mind. Or You Are My Sunshine.
Or Sunshine on My Shoulders.
That's
a
little
John Denver. Yeah.
We had some more racing this last Saturday night at Anderson Speedway. We also had the Thunder Roasters in a special event.
Sunday.
What did I say?
Saturday.
Okay.
Sunday evening, yes.
In a special event.
We did.
50 laps. Doug Duggar set fast time. And in case you're wondering, those sprint cars went around in 10.221 was the fast time. Thunder Roasters went 13.463, which is about what the street stocks were.
Yes.
So that'll give you a little perspective. But we had a good 50-lap race. Guys all enjoyed it. And tell me a little about it.
Well, it went from green to checkered, so John Robbins come up through the pack. Actually, he made it a double sweep this weekend. He won the Legend feature on Saturday night and came back in his Thunder Roadster on Sunday. But he had to work for this one. Mark Dietzen gave him a battle for most of the race there. But and then closing in, was it Marty Griffin in third?
It was.
He closed in and made it 1-2-3 there because he started catching the top two.
You kept disappearing off the microphone
I did.
for some reason.
I didn't. Well, you do that too off and on too.
I do?
But yes.
Okay, well, then we're even.
But I don't say nothing.
John Robbins won the Thunder Roadster 50-lap feature. Mark Dietzen was second. Marty Griffin was third. Doug Duggar fourth. And Brad Kendall was fourth. And Rodney Oliver was sixth.
Now you're gonna crack on him again because that's the first thing I got.
I can't call him an old man now because he went he went 49 laps. He was a lap down, but he gets out there with all
yes,
of them.
He does.
So
yes, he does.
He does probably what I couldn't do. And
I heard about it
he's
Sunday
got a
when
couple
he
of
came
years
in.
on. Yeah, that's all right.
We like Rodney though.
Rodney's
like
a great guy.
He sure is.
If you ever get a chance to meet him, and go out and visit him out at Sam Pierce Chevrolet, and he'll fix you up.
I think he's got one of the nicest looking Thunder Roasters out there, though. That beautiful red car.
He does. And Dave Osborne stepped in.
Yes, he did.
And drove a car Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
Sunday evening. And it's good to see you, Dave. He comes out and he helps Rodney with his car, and brought his girlfriend with him, who was in a bad car accident here 3 or 4 weeks ago and was out for first time. She didn't want to miss this race at the Speedway. Recuperating well. It's just going to be slow, but it was good to see her out there, and hopefully the Speedway give her a little therapy.
Good.
To boost her recovery. This Saturday night, again, one of the big ones at the Speedway. A lot of families just plan on it every year. We started getting calls on Saturday night 3 weeks ago. What are you running? What time? It's gates open at 4. We race at 7. It's the Interstate Auto Auction Figure 8 Madness plus a big fireworks show. We have the World Outlaw Figure 8 Series is going to be there, and a lot of drivers that wouldn't normally come are going to be there. So we're getting a lot of calls. We actually got some practices scheduled this weekend. We have the Hearts Auto Figure 8s. We have trailer races in the Figure 8s. We've added the Markham Welding Pro Compacts. It's a special non-points race, but we'll have some Pro Compacts there around a feature. And then when we're all said and done and it gets dark, we're going to have one of the biggest fireworks shows, if not the biggest, the best in the area.
If you haven't seen the fireworks show at Anderson Speedway, then you haven't seen fireworks, because I'm telling you, they're spectacular. Non-stop.
In just a few short weeks, it'll be 3 weeks from Saturdays, the Stoops Redbud 300. 2 weeks from Saturday?
2 weeks, yes.
Wow, that's coming on us. Got news today of 2 drivers of note that will be there. Daniel Hemrick, who has run the race before and is now a regular on the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, is going to be there. And also, fresh off his first start in the Xfinity Series with NASCAR, Ross Kenseth is going to be with us. Unfortunately, Eric Jones and Chase and a couple of the other guys that are usual regulars at the Redbud won't be with us because they have an Xfinity race that day. So they're not going to be able to be with us, but we got Ross Kenseth and Daniel Hemrick. I know Bubba Pollard's going to be there, and a lot of veterans that are the stars, the top guys in late model racing across the country are going to be there for the Stoops Freightliner Redbud 300.
Refresh my memory. Isn't Daniel Hemrick the defending champion? Did he win it last year?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so he is.
So
he's coming back and defending his title.
Actually, it's a weird deal. Daniel was racing for a team that didn't necessarily want him driving anybody else's cars in the late models, so he went to another team. Well, that opened up the seat for Ross Kenseth. So Ross Kenseth's actually going to be in Daniel's, what was Daniel's seat for the Red Bud. Daniel's going to be in his other car. So there might be a little rivalry there. So you never know
right.
what's going to happen.
And I remember right back in February, didn't we see Daniel race down at Daytona in the ARCA? Yes.
We did, in the ARCA race.
Yes.
So Daniel's making his name and should.
He sure is.
He's a great kid. Him and Kinsey Rushton, his partner, she's a great racer and races
K&N
series with NASCAR too. So 2 stars that came out of Anderson Speedway.
Absolutely. That's a big doubleheader weekend because we got a big show that Friday night,
too. We have the Jegs late models are going to be there, CRA Jeg Series, and we've also got the CRA Sportsman's going to be there on Friday nights. You can get advanced tickets, get a big discount for one or the other days. You can get a good discount on a combo ticket for both days. Just call the ticket office daily. Jessica is there to take your order, and we'll have you. We'll save you some money on Red Bud Weekend, which is coming up in just 2 short weeks.
If you like late model racing, that's the weekend to come and see. There's close to 500 laps of racing.
There is.
Yes.
So that's what you want to talk about.
That'd be great.
Should you maybe say hi to Aunt Jenny?
Hi, Aunt Jenny. I don't know. Did we say hi to her last week?
I don't think we did.
We better say hi twice. We'll say hi twice to you, Aunt Jenny. Hope you're doing
Jenny,
well.
It's good to be talking to you this evening. There were some other races scheduled for the weekend. I know the CRA Super Series race in Columbus got rained out on Saturday, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to reschedule that one. That was the Big Bud St. Amant Memorial, which is a big race over there. That one got rained out and doesn't look like they're going to be able to reschedule it.
Had the ARCA race Sunday.
The ARCA race did come off on Sunday, and I'm sorry I don't have the winner of that one.
I think it was Austin Wayne Self.
That's
I remember seeing that. Yes, was the winner of that one.
Don't know who was over there racing or what, but that was Sunday afternoon at Winchester. Big mess over there Saturday. I don't know why, but it should have been pretty obvious there wasn't going to be any place to park rigs, and that really made it difficult on the wing sprint cars and the modifieds that had pulled some pretty good distances to be there and never even get on the property.
Because they raced the Wings race Friday night at Toledo. They were doing a 3-track circuit this past weekend, and so a lot of them pulled from Toledo straight down to Winchester.
Don't know if it was ARCA or what the deal was, but they didn't even get on the property with the rigs because they parked them all downtown. Along with the ARCA rigs had to park downtown too, so I don't know what the deal was. But this Saturday night, get to the track early. We open the gates at 4. You can come early, I'd say anytime afternoon, and go in and buy your tickets if you want and avoid the long lines at the ticket windows. But we open at 4. We race at 7 with the Interstate Auto Auction Figure 8 Madness featuring WOFS Outlaw Figure 8s, the Hearts Auto Figure 8s, trailer races in the Figure 8s. We have the Markham Welding Pro Compacts, and one of the best fireworks shows in the area will take place after dark.
Can't hardly wait. Big weekend
at Anderson Speedway. It's
Big
a
night.
Fun night at the track. Be there and have some fun. For Gary Mong, I'm Rick Dawson. We thank you for joining us this evening, and we'll be back here on Track Talk, same times, same stations next week. We'll see you at the track on Saturday. Have a great week.